First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. We out here, we come out here every week to teach our people who they are according to the Bible. And according to the Bible, you are Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Americans. You fit the 12. You are the 12 tribes according to the scriptures. And as we come out here and let our people know that, wake them up and let them know who they are, and tell them to return to their heritage, and also tell them about prophecy, what's coming to pass, because prophecy is still going on in today's time. When you talk about prophecy, everybody thinks that it's all happened in the Bible in the ancient days. But you're still living in the times of prophecy as of right now. What we're doing right now, that was prophesied years and thousands of years ago to take place. The Messiah said, come out here and do it yourself. He commanded, it's a commandment to come out here and do this. But it was also prophesied that it'll happen. And that's what we out here doing, letting our people know. And also letting them know that the time for our kingdom is coming. We've been in this captivity for long. We forgot who we are. We forgot what we're supposed to be doing, and most importantly, we forgot that we got a kingdom coming, and we got a king that's coming to redeem us, coming to save us. So that's what we're coming to let our people know. And I had a scripture I want to start off with, Romans 13 and 11. Then I want to come to that. But that's what we out here letting our people know. Romans 13 and 11. I'm going to start at Romans 13 and 10. It said, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore,
love... Go at verse 8, dog.
Huh?
Go at verse 8.
All right, this is Romans 13, verse 8. Owe no man anything, but love one another. For he that loveth another hateth hath fulfilled the law. And it said, he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. And how does that fulfill the law? Because when you love your brother, you loving yourself as well. When you love, and your brother is talking about your own nation, your own people. More importantly, those that's keeping his laws, statutes, commandments with you, that's trying to seek the Most High in sincerity and truth. But you still don't neglect the people that's of your own nation. They say you're supposed to love your neighbor. The neighbor is talking about your own brother. And also, with loving your brother, you're doing the work of the Most High. Because if you love the Most High, you go keep His commandments. And if you love your brother, then that's also fulfilling the commandments as well. It's not just 2 commandments, it's not just 10, it's multiple. But to sum it all up, you do love your brother, and you love the Most High. For this, thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill. That goes along with loving your brother. That all ties in with it. So it's not just showing kindness to your brother. It's also not committing adultery with his wife. It's not killing him, not murdering him. Murder and kill is 2 different things. When you murder somebody, you're killing somebody innocent. When you kill somebody, because the Most High told the Most High is the Lord of armies. And so he's a man of war. So when you in war, the main thing about war is you killing the enemy. So it's a difference between kill and murder. But in that scripture, and also when it say thou shalt not kill, it's talking about murder. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not covet. And if there be any other commandments, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. So when it say you shouldn't commit adultery, you shouldn't murder, you shouldn't steal, you shouldn't covet, all that falls under loving your brother. So it's all a part of it. So that's why he said to sum it all up, basically, you love your brother. So it covers all of that. And when you're doing all that, that's how you show the Most High that you love Him, because you're trying to keep His commandments. Okay, now I just want to clear up that neighbor. When it talks about neighbor, it's not talking about
like your next door neighbor. What neighbor is in the Hebrew G4139, it says neighbor, any person and where two are concerned, the other, they fellow man, thy neighbor. According to the Jews, any member of the Hebrew nation and commonwealth. So that's talking about any member of the Yasha'Allah when it says neighbor. Not talking about people of other nations.
Oh, so anybody on the same.
Verse 10, it said, love working no ill to his neighbor.
Love working no ill to his neighbor, meaning you're not gonna do your brother wrong if you say you love him. You're not gonna treat him wrong, because like the saying goes, your action speaks louder than your words. So you can't say you love your brother and then treat him wrong, do anything against him.
Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
And when it say love is fulfilling of the law, because when you love your brother, you're gonna keep all those commandments that come with it. You're not gonna covet like Paul was saying. You're not gonna do all those other things. So that's why I say it fulfills the law.
Verse 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
And Paul was letting them know then that their salvation was nearer than they believed. And that was over 2,000 years ago. And now we're living in the end time prophecies. The times that, in Revelations and all the other prophets are like Jeremiah, you have, different prophets, Daniel, they saw the end times. Ezra, they saw what's going to happen in our time. So we living in the last days right now. And it says now it's high time to, wake out of slumber, wake out of that spiritual sleep that our people been in. Our people are docile right now. They don't know who they are. And they don't know what we're supposed to be doing. They think their purpose is once they born into this world and they grow up to get a job and go work until they old and then retire. That's not how life's supposed to go for the Israelite man. For the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Indians. That's not how life's supposed to be. We're supposed to be ruling. We're supposed to be kings on this earth, serving under the Most High. And Yahweh, we call Jesus Christ. He's a so-called black man. He is a black man. So that's how we're supposed to be living. We're not supposed to be living in poverty. Half majority of your people in poverty. You got some of them struggling, and then you got 1% that's on top living good. It's not supposed to be like that. We're living in the last days where the last prophecies are coming to pass. So now it's time to wake out of that spiritual sleep and come back to who we are and start doing what we're supposed to be doing, what we should have been doing in the first place. That's what I want.
On 1 John chapter 3, verse 11.
Got that high time to wake out of sleep.
John chapter 3, verse 11. Well, this is the message of the... Let me see if I can show it. This 1 John chapter 3, starting at verse 1. It said, behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God.
It said, what manner of love hath the Most High bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. And see, that's what our people forgot that we are. We the sons of the Most High. We the sons of God, the living power. Our name, Yashala, means Prince of the Power. So if you a Prince of the Power, that means you an heir. So we are the sons of God, according to the scripture, sons and daughters for our females. Of the living power, the one that created everything.
Therefore the world know us not, because it knew him not.
It said the world know us not because they knew him not. They didn't know Yahweh Shai, who you call Jesus Christ. They didn't know him when he came. Our people don't know him now. That's why they don't understand his heart. That's why they can't accept what we bring, because they didn't accept what he brought. And he brought the same thing that the Most High was preaching, telling our people to do from the beginning.
Right, and these sons of God right here, this the same sons of God that was mentioned in Genesis 6. When they went into the children of men, man. When they went into the daughters of men, man.
It wasn't talking about no angels came down from heaven and had sex with the women. It's not talking about that. Although the angels all reference that the sons of God, so are we. That's what it was talking about. It was talking about actual men.
Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doeth not yet appear what shall we be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him. You reading it at it, bro. You see what it say, though. Then you take that Jesus right there, take that horn on Jesus, though. That ain't Jesus, man. Jesus look like us. So you gotta read the same, bro. You read it? You read this again. Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it do not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we should be like him, or we should see him as he is.
It said when he appears, talking about when the Messiah come back, we gonna see him in his glory, and we gonna be like him, because we gonna be changed into a twinkle of an eye. We gonna be just like him, like when he come back.
Then it said we gonna see him as he is, man.
We gonna see him in his glory.
He's not gonna look like this guy right here when he come back, man. You know?
He didn't look like that guy when he left.
Right, man.
I was watching.
He's not gonna look like this when he come back, man. Without the horns, man. You know, he gonna be a dark-skinned man with woolly hair, man. With that big afro that he got, man. Big white afro, man.
With a big white beard. Color white is going to symbolize being pure. They always want to throw that label. White is, white is pure, and black is evil or bad. And they want to throw us under the label of black and put the so-called white man under the label of white, when it's actually flipped. They really they the evil ones, and we the pure ones. We're just trying to return our people back to that pure state of mind.
Every man that have this hope in him purifies himself even as he is pure. Going back to what you said, we're gonna be made white, man. We being made pure right now.
Not white in the skin color, or not white as a so-called white man, but as a pure state of mind. Like,
we're gonna wash us from all our sins, man, like the brother said, man. Whosoever committed sin, transgression also the law.
So that means the law not done away with. Still got to keep the law. Even though we live, we got grace. That don't mean you still sin. You still got to keep the law.
And ye know that he was manifested to take away our sins, and in him is no sin.
That's what his purpose. That's what he came down to do. One of his missions, to come down and take away the sins of Yasharahla. And he didn't commit no sin. He came down to set the record straight as well. Let us know what's the right way and the wrong way of doing things. As according to the laws of the Most High.
Whosoever abideth in him sinneth not. Whosoever sinneth not, whosoever sinneth has not seen him, neither known him.
It's not saying that you're not going to sin at all. You're going to be a perfect man. But you're not going to be out here committing sins willfully. You know, we're not going to live perfectly. But if you live in the ways of the Most High, trying to follow after Yahweh Shai, you're not going to be out here just doing sin willfully just because you know you got grace or just because you know you can.
What y'all doing over there?
We're teaching our people who we are according to the Bible.
You the devil?
No, the white man is. According to the Bible.
Hey, you gotta read the sign. You just looking. You can't go on red. Hey, sister, you gonna ask a question then keep going? Right, see, that's why you got that blonde hair in your head. You used to the white Jesus. Go ahead. Verse 7, little children, let no man deceive you. He that doeth righteousness is righteousness, even as he is righteous.
God said, he that doeth righteousness is righteous. So when you practice the righteous acts, the Most High consider you a righteous person. You still gonna be committing sin. You're not gonna be perfect, but you're gonna be considered a righteous person. Job was considered a righteous person. That don't mean he didn't sin, but he was a righteous man according to the Most High.
He that committed sin is of the devil. For the devil sinned from the beginning.
And that devil is talking about it's not talking about actual Satan. It's talking about the so-called white man. Because he is the devil according to the scripture. And devil means deceiver. If you call somebody a devil, that means that you calling him a deceiver. And that's what he did. He deceived the masses. He deceived the whole world. Like the scripture said he would. And that's why the Most High bringing us that light now. He said the light will become alive.
For this purpose, the Son of the Most High was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil.
And that's what's going on right now. It went back on back then. That's going on right now. Yahweh Shai being manifest. And that's why his lies are being destroyed. Our people are waking up to the truth. Not only our people, but the other nations. They know who we are now. They know that we the sons of the Most High. We the sons and daughters of the living power, and that they heed. And they know that their judgment is coming.
Whosoever is born of the Most High do not commit a sin. For his seed remaineth in him, and he could not sin because he is born of the Most High.
It said whoever is born of the Most High will not sin. It's not meaning you're not going to commit a sin in your life at all. Because like the scriptures say, we're not going to be perfect until Yahweh Shai come back and save us and give us those new bodies. But you're going to be living according to the law, living according to the Most High. You're not going to be you're not going to be out here sinning willfully.
Real training season. Okay. This is Romans chapter 8. We start at verse 16. Start at verse 16. The point of story is in like verse 30. It said, Romans 8 and 16. It said the Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
It said the Spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. That's how we know, because we out here breaking down the scriptures in its proper context. We out here prophesizing prophecy to come to pass that the prophets already told us about. We just reiterating what they had prophesied about. And it bears witness with our spirit that we are the sons of the living power.
And if children, then heirs. And if heirs of the Most High, joint heirs with Mashiach.
That goes back into how we call Yashala. Yashala means prince of the power. And if you a prince, you heir to the king. And you know Yahweh Shai, he the prince of the power. He the prince of the Most High. He the son of God. So that's why we joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. So we gonna receive the kingdom just like he gonna receive the kingdom.
If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together.
Because when Yahweh Shai came to the earth, he didn't come to be crowned king. He came to set the record straight, but he wasn't in a royal state of being, royal state of mind. So when he came down to the earth, he was suffering for our sakes, and so we suffering for his sakes. It's the same thing, and that's why when he come back, we gonna be glorified with him. The elect.
For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
And what they're saying is what you're going through right now, it has nothing, it's not going to be compared to what's coming from the Most High. The Most High going to give us the kingdom and much more, whatever your heart desire, and more after that. We can't even think about what we want right now. So what we going through right now ain't going to be nothing compared. And it's not even going to seem like it's been a long time when it comes to. Receive the kingdom of the Most High, receive the kingdom of heaven, that's going to be forever. But what we going through right now is only just a simple lifetime. If your lifetime passed before it comes, it's just a simple lifetime. And if not, you only live about half your life here before you receive the kingdom, if you of the elect. So what's coming ain't even compared to what we going through right now. It seems hard, but in the end, it's going to be worth it.
2 Timothy 2 and 10. Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Mashiach Yahweh Shai with eternal glory. It said, therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake.
He said he endure all things for the elect's sake, meaning he gonna suffer and come out, and he was out there doing the work of the Lord for the elect. And that's what we out here doing the same thing. You got brothers around the four corners of the earth doing the same thing, teaching and preaching to the elect, fishing for the elect. And not only just brothers on the highways and byways, but you got sisters too that's out there doing the same thing for the women.
That they may also obtain salvation, which is in Mashiach Yahweh Shai with eternal glory.
And that's the whole purpose. That's our purpose of out here doing it. The whole goal. So the elect can wake up and receive the same promises that that they're supposed to receive. That the elect will get the promises that they receive. We out here to wake up the elect. We fishing for them.
And that 2 Timothy. Verse 11. It is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him.
It said, if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. That don't mean spirit. Always physically dead. You can be dead to this world spiritually. We're not a part of this world. We live in this world, but we're not a part of the things that the world do. So when we live with Him in the kingdom, we're gonna be doing the things that He does. We're gonna be with Yahweh Shai in the kingdom. That's why the scripture. Well, not the scripture, but that's why the saying go, ride or die. You gotta be a ride or die for this word. Either you're gonna ride with Yahweh Shai to the end, or you're gonna be one of the ones that die. You gotta ride and die with Him. Ride and die for Him.
All right, we're going to jump up to 2 Timothy 2 and 5. And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully.
Read that again, huh?
Said, and if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully.
So if you striving to be successful, you got to strive lawfully. If you want to be successful.
Yeah, master is right, going to the kingdom, right? Yeah.
Verse 6: the husbandmen that labor must be first partakers of the fruit.
So the husband that labor was we the husband that labored. Now this going back into us being joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. You know, the good side of the joint heirs of being joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, we're gonna be glorified with Him. But right now, part of that area is that suffer like He suffered, man. You know, not just like He suffered, but he suffered, so we gonna suffer with Him, man. The servant is not greater than his master. You got it, huh?
Verse 7: consider what I say, and the Lord give thee understanding in all things. Remember,
but like he said, consider what He said, and the Lord give you understanding above all things, man. So what was the first verse the brother read in verse 5? If a man strive for the master, you got to strive lawfully, man. You got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. You strive to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. Strive to be glorified with Him when He appears. Remember the scripture we read in 1 John? It said, we don't know what we should be like, but we know we should be like Him when He appears, and we're going to be glorified with Him. Yeah.
Verse 8: remember that Yahweh Shai of the seed of David was raised from the dead according to my gospel, wherein I suffered trouble, and an evildoer, even unto bond. But the word of Yahweh is not bound.
Right, man. So that's part of being the husband, of being partakers of the fruit, man. You gotta suffer you gotta go through the bad parts of this to get to the good part, man. You gotta go through that fire, man. It's like Yahweh Shai went through the fire, man. So you gotta be purified. Going back to what the brother said, we're gonna be made white, man. So how do you be purified, man? By going through these trials and tribulations, going through that fire, man.
Go back to Zechariah 13 and 9, where the Most High said 1/3 I'll be going through the fire, and 2/3 are going to be cut off. All right, verse 10. Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Mashiach Yahweh Shai with eternal glory.
So that's why He said He endure all things for the elect's sake, because we got to go through these trials and tribulations in order to receive the kingdom. And going through these trials and tribulations, we out here fishing for the elect as well. Fishing for them and trying to tell them, wake them up, so that they can receive the kingdom. Be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai.
There you go, man. Let me get this quick precept right quick, man. This is Galatians 5 and 22. I'm going to start at 21. I'm going to start at 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith.
Those are all the fruits of the Spirit.
Well, it's a long suffering right there, man. So you suffer, it's a long suffering, man. It's a patience thing, man. It's part of being joint heirs with Yahawashi, man. Remember when Yahawashi said he wished that fire was already killed him, but he had a baptism to be baptized with. He had to patiently endure that, man. He had to patiently wait because just think about all the power he had, man. He had spiritual power at that time, like he told Pilate. He could have called Elijah the angel down at that time, man, to destroy the Roman Empire, man. But he had to suffer what he had to go through his suffering that was set for him in order to get the glory he's supposed to receive, man. So that's all our mind. That's got to be your mind frame in this truth, man. Long suffering is part of the fruit of the Spirit, man. Meekness, temperance, against such there is no law. I'm gonna read that. They that are Hamashiachs has crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. We live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit.
God, it said if you live in the Spirit, you also should walk in the Spirit. So we can't walk after our flesh, we got to walk after the things of the Spirit. And all the things of the Spirit was named when we had first started, like love, but the most important, long suffering. We got to be patient, temperance.
Verse 26, let us not be desirous of vain glory, provoking one another, envying one another.
You can't walk after envy, desiring things of vain glory.
It said envying, provoking one another, envying one another, man. So these instructions for the body of Yahawashi HaMashiach, because that's who this word is for, man. So this ain't for somebody who's not a part of the elect. This for somebody who is a part of the elect. The brothers might come together and have a camp. He said, don't be desirous of vain glory, envying one another, provoking one another, man. So all this is part of it, man. You got it all. Back into it. Because that's what the flesh make all that arouse, man. Envying, desiring vain glory, want somebody to look at you a certain way. That's what the flesh do, man. So that's why Paul giving these instructions, letting us know you must be partakers of the fruit of the Spirit, long suffering, all that temperance, His love, His goodness, His joy. Then he was like, look, don't let this overtake you neither, man. Desire vain glory. Then you're gonna start to provoke one another and envy one another, man. You got it, man.
All right, 2 Timothy 2:12. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, we also will deny us. He will also deny us.
So it said we suffer with him, we shall also reign with him. If we go through the trials and tribulations that's set before us, for Yahawashi sake, when he come back, when he get his glory and the kingdom, we can also be in the glory and kingdom with him as well. But it said if we deny him, if we deny him, he gonna deny us to the Father. And that's a way heavier judgment, being denied by the Son of the God. Our people don't consider that. He said he gonna deny him, deny you if you deny him. And how do you deny him? By denouncing, first and foremost, that he's not the so-called that white man that you see. And then also denying the doctrine. He didn't bring no new doctrine. So if you deny him, he gonna deny you.
Verse 13. And we believe not, yet he abideth faithful. He cannot deny himself.
And another thing, our people think that the walking after the Messiah is just an easy walk. It's not gonna be easy. You're gonna have hard times, hardships. It's not gonna be simple. People think it's just easy to get into the kingdom of heaven. It's not simple. Is he? I was about to say, if you keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, yeah, but you still gonna go through hardships, trials, and tribulations.
All right, verse 14. Of these things, put them in remembrance, charging them before the Lord, that they strive not about words to no profit, but to servitude of the hearer. Subverting of the hearer. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that need not to be ashamed.
Right, so like you said, we ain't gonna strive about words to no profit, man. That's how we come out here. Everything we gonna go and say, we gonna prove it out the scripture, man. That's why the scripture said that the Most High be true and every man a liar, man. You know, so we ain't gonna get into all these different words and all that, man. Even though we look up words, we ain't gonna strive to nobody about no words and all this, man. We're gonna go into this word, man. You guys, bro.
Scriptures say study to show yourself approved. So that means you gotta actually put out time and to study. Like a certain analogy go, if it was a test that you had to take, and if you pass that test, you get $10,000, and all you had to do was study, and you get it's 10 questions, and you get at least 7 of them right, you pass the test. You're gonna study hard to try to get that $10,000. But when it comes to trying to receive the kingdom of heaven, our people don't want to study. Our people don't want to pick up the Bible. They don't want to look into it and learn. And the kingdom of heaven is worth way more than $10,000. You have to have that same energy.
Rightly dividing the word of truth, but shun profane.
Read that verse again.
Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
The workman needed not to be ashamed, man. So like the brother was saying, man, because it's gonna show, the scriptures show, it'll show, man. You've been studying, or you just been winging it, man. You just been listening to what everybody else say. You know, it's gonna show when your test started to come. You started to have to take tests, man, and break certain scriptures down, man. It's gonna show as you've been really studying, and you just been winging it, man. You been copying out somebody else's paper, man. It's gonna show, man. So that's why the scriptures tell us to study to show ourselves approved. The workman needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth, man. Let's sit on that right now.
Let me do 16 and then that. It said, but shun profane and vain babbling, for they will increase unto more ungodliness.
Right, so we ain't up here, we gonna shun profane and vain babblings, man. We up here to preach this word, man. You know, if a topic come up that ain't got nothing to do with this word, we gonna shun it, man. You know, though we can get into that, but that ain't what we here to do, man. We out here to preach that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. We out here to teach our people the knowledge of salvation, man. And we gonna see if whether they hear or forbear, man. Back in Rome, go ahead,
I was just gonna add on to what you said. That's why the Messiah said, if any man have an ear, let him hear. Because everybody not gonna hear this word. Everybody not gonna want to hear this word. So if any man have an ear to hear, let him hear.
Back in Romans chapter 8, verse 18, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
It said the sufferings of this present time, meaning what you're going through right now, trials, tribulations, this lifetime that you're going through right now, it ain't nothing compared to what the kingdom gonna bring, what the Lord gonna bless you with. It has nothing, there's no comparison at all. Not even with the time length.
Verse 19, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestations of the sons of the Most High. Of the sons of God. Go ahead.
God, it said the earnest expectation of the creature is talking about the elect. Waiting for, read that again, part.
Romans 8:19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of God.
God, so we waiting. We patiently waiting. It said the earnest expectation of the creature waited. That's why this brother went into long suffering, because you have to have long suffering. The Most High is long suffering with us. That's why we still in this captivity. That's why we still over here. That's why the white man's still in power, and he haven't been brought down yet.
Right. So our whole nation, man, our whole nation basically waiting for the manifestations of the sons of the Most High, man. They earnestly doing it, man. That's why when this leader rise up amongst our nation, our people always ride with them, because it's in their spirit. That's what they waiting for, man. The creatures waiting for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. And guess what? Not only Israel, man, the whole creation, man. The whole creation, the animals, everything that's created by the Most High. Because every living thing got the spirit of the Most High in it, man. So the whole creation waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. Everybody except Esau, man. But right here, it's really going into Israel, man. The verses down gonna prove it. So this is our people, even though they don't know that's what they waiting on, they waiting for the manifestations of the sons of the Most High. Why? Because we gonna be righteous judges, man. We gonna take care of our people how we supposed to, man. When the sons of the Most High manifested, man. We should start with the elect first. What up with it, bro?
What's up with it?
See the saying right here? What you think about that? What you think about the saying right there?
What you mean?
What you think about it? I saw you looking there. I'm saying, you think we tripping on that or what?
Shit, I can't say.
You read? Did you read it?
No.
See what it say though? This is why we got the horns on there. Just read the saying. See what it says? Jesus is a Negro. See, so that's why we got the horns on him, because see, according to the Bible, Jesus looked like us. You know what I'm saying? He dark-skinned man with woolly hair. Yeah. So they put this image up to try to trick our people, man. See, because we got a lot of our people look at this saying and be like, they got horns on Jesus, man. They tripping.
Yeah.
You know?
So what this is?
What?
What y'all look like?
We out here. Go ahead. You want to break it down?
Yeah, we out here telling our people who we are according to the Bible, because in the Bible, you know, you ain't gonna hear it in church or nothing, but you know how we went through slavery and everything. Our people, our ancestors, that's in the Bible that happened to our people. Yeah. And God said, you know, although this was a curse that God put on our people for disobeying the law, statutes, commandments. And He said, whoever this curse fall on, that's how you know who His people are in the last days. And so that's what's going on right now. We, you know, just waking our people up, letting you know you an Israelite. And the word Israelite goes back into Prince of the Power, meaning you a son of God. Yeah. Meaning you know, in our next kingdom, we gonna be kings. We ain't gonna be how we are now. Our people, you know, all on the bottom and everything. We gonna be on top. And that's basically what we letting our people know, that we gotta turn back to our true heritage. Because they told us we were African Americans, but we ain't African Americans. That's named after two white men. We Israelites, but they don't want you to know that. That's what we letting our people know.
Right, basically out here to stir up all the lies.
What were we before the Israelites? Before the Israelite word.
We was called the sons of God in Genesis the 6th chapter.
You know what God said to His sons? You're not gods. It's only me, God.
Where it said in the Bible?
It said
now you got the Most High God, but we gods too.
Nah,
we the sons of God.
God, so you gods.
Huh? You said what, bro? Where you get that information from, bro? It's all good, you know. We tripping we out here for, man. The same shit you have a shot there with, man. He threw his spirit out though.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
He ain't throw nothing off though, because the brother.
Walk away.
Yeah, bro, it ain't that. It's just how the Lord wants it.
I said, you know, that spirit that's on him, they want him to get the truth.
Right. Like the one. What it is, like in Matthew 13. If you got that, if your foundation good, that ain't gonna stop them. Like Scripture said, to sow the seed, they might receive, but Satan come in and take it from the soil. You can't take it from them. kind of feel like he'll get it. Yeah, he just think he's right there. Yeah, he think he's right. We got to do it.
He was over there, standing like this. We were talking. We were talking about Esau. And he was saying, yeah, I take my sword when I cut you. And he said, Esau got the sword, so he realized he knows the scripture.
What he said? Esau got the sword.
Yeah, he said Esau got the sword and he was doing like this, so
On top of that, after the police had shoot him off, he came back down that way. I forgot how he got over there. And, obviously he had ducked around and he was acting like he was shooting him. I had seen him there too. Yeah, I wasn't worried about it.
This verse, Romans 8:20. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who has subjected the same in hope.
And it said the creature was made subject to vanity. And that creature is talking about Yasha'Allah and these bodies that we in. Our bodies are subject to vanity, subject to sin. And it wasn't willingly. We don't choose it. We don't want to do this willingly. It's something that we in this flesh. So you can't really help it.
But then it tell you why. Not willingly, but by reason of him who have subjected the same in hope.
It said by reason of him, so we have hope in the Most High. That's the whole purpose. We have hope in the Most High to deliver us from these bodies, deliver us from this chains of darkness that we in. And that's the hope we have. We want to receive those new bodies that's not subject to sin.
Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High.
So it said we're going to be delivered from this bondage, these sinful bodies that we in. We're going to be delivered from this, and we're going to get glorious bodies that don't go off, that don't sin, that don't get sick, that don't die. We're going to get all of that. We're going to receive it. The elect is going to receive it. Ultimately, all of Yasha'Allah is going to receive it. But the elect is going to receive the promises first. And that's what we hoping for.
And for we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now.
And we continually groaning in pain. Groaning because of the condition we in. Groaning because we have pain in our body. We have ailments. We have to go to work. We have to slave for the so-called white man. We have to slave to make ends meet. Our people on the bottom. We groaning for all that. We groaning to the Most High continually for that. So we have hope in the Most High that He'll redeem us and save us from this captivity. This hard bondage.
And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body.
And he said, waiting for the adoption. Waiting, it's a long-suffering patience. We waiting for the adoption. Waiting for those promises.
What did it say? To wit, the redemption of our body.
To wit, the redemption of our body, so we can be redeemed out of this.
For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why do he yet hope for?
It said, if you see something, what's the point of hoping? Because you know it's there. So we hoping for something that we don't see. We can't see the kingdom of heaven right now. We see the kingdom of heaven right now, but we hoping for it. We can't see Yahweh Shah right now, but we hoping that He come and save us. We have hope in that. We have hope in the Most High. Some people don't have hope that the Most High is real. Yahweh Shah is real.
But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it.
So we hope for it, we patiently waiting for it. But when you hope for something, like for example, when you're trying to get something for Christmas, and you tell your parents about it, you hoping that they get it for you. You can't see it in your hands yet, but you hoping for it. And when you get it, you're going to be happy. That's the same way we waiting for the kingdom of heaven right now. We hoping for the kingdom of heaven. We can't see it right now, but we know it's coming.
Likewise, and then it said we with patience wait for it. And patience goes back to long suffering, man. That's what patience means. When you patient, when you wait, when you patient about something, you wait, you long, you know what I'm saying, you suffer, you long suffering for it, man. That's the word patient means right here. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmity. For we know not what we should pray as we ought, but the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered.
So the Spirit make them intercessions when you pray for the things that you're supposed to pray for. Because we don't know what we're supposed to pray for all the time. Sometimes we pray for things that we don't even need, or things that won't benefit us. But the Spirit make them intercession for us.
Right, man. That's why Yahweh said, I pray for them, I pray not for the world, man. But thou hast given me out of the world, man. So Yahweh constantly praying for the elect. And he that searcheth the hearts knows what is the spirit of, knows what is the mind of the Spirit. Because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of the Most High.
And said, he that searches the heart, meaning the Most High. And your heart is talking about your mind. It said, he that searches the heart.
And he that searcheth the hearts knows what is the mind of the Spirit.
God, he know the mind of your spirit. He know what you be thinking. He know what's in your mind. So people always say, God know my heart. But they say the heart is deceitful. So the Most High know what you're thinking.
Right, and this spirit right here is talking about Yahweh Shai, man.
Shalakis, Yahweh Shai.
That sounds good, but he that searcheth the heart knows what is the mind of the Spirit, man. And that's talking about Yahweh and Yahweh Shai right there, man. Because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of God. So anytime you might get into it, you might think something gonna overwhelm you. You might don't know what to pray for. You might get overwhelmed about praying. Guess what? You have a shot intercession right there and pray to strengthen you through that, man. You'll pray, send an angel to come strengthen you through. You know, just like when you have a shot, was having that hard time of going through him being crucified, the Heavenly Father sent angels to strengthen him through that, man. He sent angels to actually strengthen him to go through that, man. Because he was still in this corruptible body. Even though he didn't sin, that body had got weak, he didn't want to go through with that death, man. You know? Verse 28, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, to them who are called according to his purpose.
God said all things work good for them, basically who called to the purpose. So in the end, it's going to work out good for all the elect. And ultimately all Yashala in the end, but right now we have to endure. That's the whole thing. It said endure to the end. So you got to patiently wait and go through your trials. In the end, it's going to work out for it.
For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed into the image of his Son.
God, it says, for whom he did foreknow. So he already knew, he knew us from the womb. I mean, he knew us before the womb, before he even created us. He already knew what he was going to purpose us to be for.
That he might be the firstborn amongst many brethren. Whoever whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And whom he justified, them he also glorified.
So all that is falling into play. We're going to be glorified in the end with Yahweh Shai, who was the firstborn.
What should we say then to these things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us?
So if the Most High is on your side, who can be against you? Can't nothing go against you if the Most High is on your side.
He that spared not his own Son, but delivered him up for us all, after he not with him, also freely give us all things. Verse 33, and this is the point I want. I'm just going to read this out, though. It says, who shall lay anything to the charge of God's elect? It is the Most High that justifies.
He justify the Most High. Who gonna lay anything against us?
So that's going into that read that in John. I read that down. Read that in First John when it says, read verse 9 to 10. Yeah, I'm gonna read it through.
This is 1 John 3 and verse 9. Whosoever is born of the Most High doeth not commit sin, for his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin, because he is born of Yahweh.
Going into the elect, go ahead.
In this, the children of the Most High are manifest.
In this, the children of God is manifest, man. So it's all about the manifestations of the Son of God, the sons of God, and the devil, man. That's what this whole thing is about. Jacob and Esau, basically. That's what it was about in the book of Genesis and tonight, man. That's where you get Cain and Abel from. We're just gonna go into that. Go ahead,
And the children of the devil, whosoever doeth not righteousness, is not of the Most High, neither he that loveth not his brother.
It said he that hit that part again.
In this the children of the Most High are manifest, and the children of the devil. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of the Most High, neither he that loveth not his brother.
It said he that do not righteousness is not of the Most High. So if you're not trying to do righteousness according to the Most High, then he said you're not of him. And if you don't love your brother, you're not of the Most High.
Right, so 2/3 of our people fall into this category right now, you know. But who did they learn that from, and where did they get that from? You Proverbs 20:26. So I'm gonna read this again. This is Romans 8:30. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And whom he justified, them he also glorified. What should we say then? What shall we then say to these things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us? He that spared not his own son, but he delivered him up for us all, how should he not with him also freely give us all things? This is the point. Verse 33. Who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect? It is the Most High that justifies. So going back to the point you was making earlier, when you said that don't mean you're not gonna go out. But who gonna if he consider the elect, like you said, them he foreknew, them he predestinated to be conformed into the image of his son. There you go. But like the scripture said, man, they gonna be whooping. They call it, they gonna be whooping. He said, in the inside, I heard some people, I heard some people in holler. I think he stole something. Dude said, he said, like the scripture said, them he foreknew, them he predestinated to be conformed to the image of his son. So when you hear John say, he that doeth righteousness, that committed not sin, is of the Most High, all that's going into is, he gonna be purified, he gonna be made white. The Most High gonna justify him. You can't lay nothing, you can't lay no charge if this man part of the elect. Ain't nothing nobody can say, you know, because it's the Most High that justified, not you, man. So that's what John meant by, and like the brother was saying, don't mean you ain't gonna go out, no man ain't gonna go out. He just ain't gonna be sinning willfully, and eventually he's gonna be conformed to the image of the Son of the Most High, which is Yahweh Shai. And we the sons too. He's just the big brother, firstborn amongst many brothers. And we're going to be conformed into the image of our big brother, man. You got it up? You got it, bro.
This is Proverbs 12. We'll start at 20. You said 26, though. We'll start at 25. Heaviness in the heart of a man maketh it stoop, but a good word maketh it glad.